Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you all doing on this beautiful Saturday morning or afternoon or evening, depending when you're watching this? So, listen, did that grab your attention about guilt and shame? I mean, maybe some of you are watching this and go, I don't have any guilt and shame. Hmm, I thought that. And then it was just through this study with Bob Proctor that bit by bit it started to rise. And I realized how much it was holding me exactly where I was. You see, the guilt and shame around it tends to be around money. If you're trying to grow a business and nothing's happening, but you may have the money and still have that guilt and shame for having money. There's something about it, something that's been programmed into us. I remember the absolute paradigm shift where that guilt and shame was programmed into me, and I'll share it with you on the webinar so you can understand. Maybe you've got situations like that as well. The link's up there or down there, depending on what platform you're looking at. Sure, just register now. You never know what you're going to learn. But that guilt and shame, absolutely, shame holds you to place. And you know, if you're procrastinating, hands up who procrastinates. You see, that's the thing, is that you think procrastination is, oh, I don't know this and I don't know that. Most of the time, it's shame holding you to your place because you're afraid. You're afraid of stepping up because you've stepped up before so many times and had your little head knocked off. I know, I know. And yet we all keep going, keep going, keep going. It'll be all right next year. It'll be all right when. It'll be all right then. Guess what? 5 years later, has anything changed? No, be honest. Circumstances, situation, but really, has it? Maybe you're a little bit more successful. Maybe you've had an extra 10% increase. But what if you realized that it was the guilt and shame that was holding you where you were, that you tried to get to six figures and you couldn't get it? Or you're trying to get to seven figures and you can't get it. Now, you may say, Sheena, it's not all about the money. Well, you're working bloody hard to get it, aren't you? And when you don't have any, you feel tired and miserable. I can't afford this. I can't afford that. How the hell is that life expression? So don't tell me money doesn't matter and it's not about the money because you're working bloody hard to get it. And what happens if your boss didn't pay you 1 month? Do you think it's not about the money then? Do you think you can go into your supermarket and just go, well, just give me some food? Like, how are you going to get it? You see, I realized that my emotional roller coaster was attached to money. And when I managed to unattach everything, I could see all those emotions popping up one after the other. I dare you to come on this webinar and follow me and listen, because it may, if you're watching this, you're not watching this by mistake, let me tell you. You're watching this because you've asked for something. And when I use the words guilt and shame, there's something inside you. You go, when you pay for things, oh, I shouldn't really spend that much on myself. But yet you've got a great 2% here that can convince you of anything. Go on, buy it. It's okay. And then when you buy it, the 98% is like guilt and shame. And you go round and round and round in circles. What if you could let go of it completely? What then? What then? Oh my God. You know, it doesn't actually matter what happens in the outside world because when you can let go of guilt and shame, let me tell you, there's like this space around you, absolute space around you. So click on the link up there, down there, depending on what platform you're looking at. Come on the webinar. 5 days, just an hour a day. I don't know what else you're doing. You watching Netflix? Well, maybe that'll release your guilt and shame. Maybe that'll get you results. I don't know. Maybe it will. I get so much from Netflix. But perhaps you'll just get a little bit more from listening to my journey to help you see those little bits of freedom that you can have, those light bulb moments that are going to go off in your head when you hear what I've got to say. Perhaps. Or perhaps you'll think you're okay. And it'll be better when. And it'll be better when. You see, in my 20s, I thought I'll have it all sorted in my 30s. Then in my 30s, I thought I'll have it all sorted in my 40s. And in my 40s, I thought I had it all sorted till we took a bit of a nosedive because I was working with the 2% and not the 98% that actually is driving your results. So I had to learn to basically, it's like learning to walk all over again, learn to live all over again. And I'm going to share you the highlights because I want to help you. I'm here to wake you up. Wake, wake, wake. Wake up. It's not who you think you are that's holding you back. It's who you think you're not. And I know who you are. Oh, but Gina, you don't know what I've been through. Come and have a chat with me. Come and have a chat with me, and I'll help wake you up. There isn't anything you can say to me. Absolutely nothing. I dare you. There's a link up there, down there. Get yourself on it. Bring some friends. Bring some people that you know could just do with that little bit of a release. You know, like a kaleidoscope. You release one thing, and the whole pattern changes. That's my intention for you. You're going to have a win in these 5 days. You're going to have a win. It starts on the 30th of November. Get yourself in. I better see you've clicked on that because I'm going to check after this. Listen, have an awesome day, and I'll see you there. Perhaps. Perhaps you will.